My neighbor
Come
set
on,
me
it's not
up
that
on a joke
bad.
date.
You always say that.
Then I met her
Because
and
it's
my whole
true.
life
Fine,
changed.
you're right.
The night my neighbor ruined my life, or so I thought, I almost didn't open the door. Rain slid down the apartment windows in long, trembling streaks, turning the street lights outside into blurry gold smudges. My phone buzzed with another message from Marcus next door, the kind of guy who thought everything in life was a prank waiting to happen. He had that reckless, college boy energy even though we were both pushing 30. His text said only 3 words: "Don't chicken out." I stared at the wrinkled collar of my only decent shirt and felt stupid for even trying. Before we go any further, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and stories that restore your faith in people, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to One Heart Stories. You never know who might need a little hope today. My name is Elliot Hayes, and at that time, my life had quietly collapsed into something small. I worked remote tech support from a cramped apartment, ate microwave dinners, and avoided mirrors because they reminded me how tired I looked. 2 years earlier, my fiancée had left me for someone more exciting, which was a polite way of saying I had become forgettable. Since then, I kept my world carefully limited: work, sleep, repeat. Marcus, unfortunately, refused to let me stay invisible. He had knocked on my door that morning with a grin too wide to trust, telling me he'd set me up on a blind date for fun. He said the girl worked at a bakery downtown and that she'd agreed as part of some social experiment. He laughed when he said it, which made it sound like I was the experiment. I knew it was probably a joke, some humiliation waiting to happen, but loneliness is a strange thing. It makes you accept even the possibility of embarrassment just to feel something different. So I went. The cafe was bright with daylight, all glass walls and warm wood tables, sunlight pouring in like honey. It smelled of cinnamon and fresh bread. Families laughed near the windows. Students tapped on laptops. It was the kind of place couples held hands across small tables, and I already felt out of place. I checked my phone. Marcus had texted, "She's already there. Red sweater. Don't scare her." My stomach dropped. She sat alone near the corner, red sweater sleeves pushed up, dark hair falling loosely around her shoulders. She wasn't glamorous or flashy. She looked real. Soft. Like someone who smiled often. There was a sketchbook open in front of her, pencil moving slowly, thoughtfully. Sunlight caught in her hair and for a second I forgot to breathe. This couldn't be a prank. No one that gentle-looking would agree to mock a stranger. But when she noticed me walking over, her face brightened with the most genuine smile I'd seen in years, like she had actually been waiting. In that moment, something fragile inside me cracked. Her name was Lila Moreno. She worked mornings at the bakery next door and spent afternoons drawing portraits for extra cash. She said Marcus had told her I was a quiet guy who needed a push to meet people, not some joke. Apparently, he'd made it sound sweet, not pathetic. I felt heat creep into my face. Marcus hadn't set me up to laugh at me. He'd tried clumsily to help. We talked for hours. Not the forced, interview-style talk I remembered from old dates, but the easy kind that flows like a river. She told me about taking care of her younger brother after their mom got sick. I told her about my failed engagement and how I'd started believing I wasn't enough for anyone. She listened like every word mattered, like my small life wasn't small at all. The day outside turned golden, then orange. For the first time in years, I wasn't counting minutes until I could go home. But life never changes without resistance. Halfway through our third meeting that week, I learned she might move away. Her brother had been accepted into a special school in another city, and she planned to follow him. She said it casually, like it didn't hurt, but I saw the weight behind her eyes. She sacrificed everything for him. I went home that night feeling the old fear creeping back in. Of course something good couldn't stay. Of course she'd disappear like everyone else. For 2 days I avoided her texts. I told myself it was safer not to get attached. Old habits build thick walls. Then Marcus knocked on my door again, not joking this time. He looked almost angry. He told me she had come by looking for me, worried she'd said something wrong. He told me I was about to throw away the first good thing that had happened to me in years because I was scared. He said something that stuck with me: "You don't lose people because you care, Elliot. You lose them because you're too afraid to show it." So the next morning, in full daylight, heart hammering, I ran to the bakery. She was behind the counter dusted with flour, sunlight painting everything gold again. When she looked up and saw me, surprise flickered across her face. I didn't give myself time to overthink. I told her the truth: how meeting her made the world feel bigger, brighter, how I didn't want to hide anymore, how even if she moved, I wanted to try. I told her she'd changed me just by being kind. Her eyes filled with tears, and so did mine. Weeks later, I helped her pack boxes for the move. I found a new job that let me work from anywhere. For once, I chose something brave instead of safe. We didn't know what the future would look like, but we stepped into it together, hand in hand, under a wide blue sky that felt endless. If this story touched your heart even a little, please like, share, and comment to support the video. Stories like these grow because of you. And before we end, I have one special request: comment second chances are real if you believe love can find you when you least expect it, because sometimes the thing you think is a joke is actually the miracle that saves your life.